Welcome. In the preceding 6 videos, we have introduced figures of speech and have delved into metaphor, simile, hyperbole, and personification. In this and the next video, we shall see how we can contrast and excel in English through antithesis, which is also a figure of speech. So here we have an example right in front of you. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. This was said by Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, in the year 1964. Basically, antithesis is placing contrasting ideas side by side. Straight away, let us see some common examples of antithesis. Money is the root of all evil. Poverty is the fruit of all goodness. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Speech is silver, but silence is golden. Keep your mouth closed and your eyes open. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Man proposes, God disposes. Beggars can't be choosers. Be slow in choosing, but slower in changing. Easy come, easy go. Get busy living or get busy dying. You win some, you lose some. Welcome to my YouTube channel, English Remastered. Let us rediscover the intricacies and nuances of the English language and prepare to be amazed. Antithesis is a poetic and rhetorical device that places two strongly contrasting or opposite ideas in close juxtaposition using parallel grammatical structure. It highlights sharp differences such as light oblique dark or good oblique evil to create a balanced, memorable and dramatic effect, often separating the opposing clauses with commas, semicolons or conjunctions. Here are the key features of antithesis. Parallelism. The contrasting ideas are presented in similar grammatical structures. For example, small step for a man, giant leap for mankind. Contrasting ideas juxtaposes opposing concepts to highlight a stark difference. Balanced structure often utilizes balanced phrases, clauses, or sentences to emphasize the contrast. Key takeaways. Antithesis is a literary device that contrasts opposing ideas through parallel grammatical structures. Give me liberty or give me death. US historical figure Patrick Henry uses antithesis to highlight the stark choice between freedom and mortality. By juxtaposing opposites, antithesis clarifies arguments and emphasizes key messages. Antithesis is a literary device juxtaposing opposite ideas. Think heroes and villains, hot and cold, bitter and sweet. It helps you hone your writing skills by allowing you to emphasize contrasts, making arguments clearer and more persuasive. Let us see 3 definitions of antithesis. The Oxford Learner's Dictionary defines antithesis as a contrast between two things. The Cambridge Dictionary as a difference or opposition between two things. Merriam-Webster Dictionary has a slightly longer definition. The rhetorical contrast of ideas by means of parallel arrangements of words, clauses, or sentences. You can apply antithesis for impact. You can create memorable, impactful prose that captures readers' attention by precisely contrasting opposing ideas. The careful use of antithesis allows for sharp, meaningful comparisons, enhancing the clarity and power of your writing, whether in essays or speeches. The finest use of antithesis is in literature and poetry. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. To err is human, to forgive divine. Alexander Pope. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. William Shakespeare. Love is an ideal thing, marriage a real thing. Goethe. In the picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, Lord Henry says, there are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating, people who know absolutely everything and people who know absolutely nothing. The contrast, everything and nothing, are direct opposites, emphasizing the character's similar fascination with both. The structure, the repetition of people who creates a rhythm that highlights the contrast. This parallel structure and rhythm make the line unforgettable, drawing readers in with its striking contrast. Antithesis is often used in literature to show how opposing ideas can emphasize important themes, making the writing more impactful. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. George Orwell 1984. Orwell contrasts war with peace, freedom with slavery, and ignorance with strength to show how oppressive governments twist language to control people. I was a victim of a series of accidents, as are we all. Kurt Vonnegut, The Sirens of Titan. Vonnegut contrasts being a victim with life's random accidents, suggesting that no one is truly in control of their fate. William Shakespeare, Macbeth, the witches chant, fair is foul and foul is fair, a simple but dramatic antithesis. Hamlet, the prince has to be or not to be. In just 6 words, Shakespeare creates a perfect contrast between existing and not existing, inviting the audience to ponder the meaning of life itself. The Green Lantern comic writers use antithesis at the start of Green Lantern's oath in order to emphasize his mission to defeat evil at all costs. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. In poetry, antithesis is often used to create a stark contrast between opposing elements, emphasizing deeper meanings and emotions. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Robert Frost, Fire and Ice. Frost contrasts fire and ice to show two opposite ways the world could end, with fire symbolizing passion and intensity, and ice representing coldness and indifference. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. John Milton, Paradise Lost. Milton compares ruling in hell with serving in heaven to show a character's strong desire for power and freedom. They would rather remain free in an undesirable place than practice obedience in a better place. Poetry is perhaps a writing genre where we find the most graceful use of words. That's why there are lots of antitheses used in poetry throughout history. Take a look at the two-part structures and conceptual contrasts from some of the world's best known poems. Much Madness is Divinest Sense, 620, Emily Dickinson. Occasionally, a writer might even make use of a triple antithesis. Herein lives wisdom, beauty, and increase. Without this, folly, age, and cold decay. Sonnet 11, William Shakespeare. In speeches, antithesis emphasizes pivotal ideas, creating balance and reinforcing key messages. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong. Folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Abraham Lincoln. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy, Inaugural Address. Kennedy contrasts these ideas to urge people to focus on what they can give to their country rather than what they can get from it. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Bertrand Russell contrasts being right with being left to show that War decides only who survives, not who is morally correct. Of course, what works on paper often works in its spoken form too. Some of the best speeches of all time can thank, at least in part, antithesis for their success. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Martin Luther King Jr., 1964. On this day we gather because we have chosen hope over fear, unity of purpose over conflict and discord. Barack Obama, 2009. Antithesis in rhetoric emphasizes the importance of two contrasting options, making the argument more convincing and the message more impactful. Example: Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1964 speech in St. Louis includes the powerful line, "We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools." The contrast: live versus perish. The structure: together as brothers, oblique together as fools. King emphasizes the weight of his message by placing these opposites in a parallel structure. The rhythm of the words strengthened his argument and helped make it memorable. Now, this is what you would be coming across almost every day. Antithesis in advertising creates memorable, attention grabbing phrases that highlight the appeal of a product or service. Marketers love to make us remember how truly wonderful their services or products are. Antithesis provides marketers with a powerful tool, contrast, to underline a unique selling proposition, USP, and a memorable rhythm. That's why you'll find the path to marketing gold is littered with antitheses. The antithesis is the lifeblood of the tagline or slogan. Take a look at how each of these taglines uses a parallel structure and creates opposition. Small business, big future. Santander. Heavy on features, light on price. Apple. Less calories, more taste, so good. Inspired by yesterday, built for tomorrow. Nokia. All of the taste, none of the sugars. Alpro. Smart listens to the head, stupid listens to the heart. Diesel. Tough on stains, gentle on skin. Persil. The last phrase contrasts strength and softness to highlight how Persil effectively removes stains while being gentle on clothes. Are we done with antithesis? Not at all. Please await part 2 of antithesis figure of speech. Friends, you are the reason why this video has been created. Are you prepared to be amazed again? If so, we would love to bring more videos for your consumption, each different from the rest. Please subscribe, press the bell icon, like and share. Thank you.